Hello and assalamu alaikum, everyone. A very warm welcome to the Advanced Audit and Assurance International Stream Orientation for exams in March 2024 and June 2024. And I am your tutor, Kashif Kamran. Just before I start the proceeding for this orientation, I would just like to briefly explain my tutor profile to all of you. I am Kashif Kamran, a fellow chartered certified accountant. I do have a certificate in international auditing, and I am a CA finalist from the Institute of Chartered Accountant of Pakistan. In terms of my teaching experience, it's been 17 plus years since I am teaching the ACCA qualification, and I teach paper AA, AAA, and SBL. I'm also a registered mentor for Oxford Brookes University Research Analysis Project. In terms of my achievements, my passing rates for AAA are above the global average, and I continue to sustain them in each and every exam sitting. I have conducted 13 AAA ACCA Pakistan webinars from March 2018 to September 2021, which is the highest by any teacher. And now I am conducting my own webinars from my own digital learning setup, which is known as Kashif Kamran's Digital Learning KKDL. In terms of my affiliation, I am the head. I own the teaching platform known as Kashif Kamran's Digital Learning. I'm also connected with PAC, a gold approved learning provider of ACCA in Lahore and Pakistan. And I do have my collaboration with Zivid College in India. Now, with that tutor profile, how can you be connected with me? You can connect with me with my email ID. This is the designated email ID which all the students can use to email me their assignment. So if you want to email me any assignment, this is a specific email just for my AAA students. AAAmock@gmail.com. So you can send any assignments to this email ID and I'll be responding to it. You can follow me on my Instagram, on my LinkedIn, on my website, which is kkdigitallearning.com. You can follow me on my Facebook, and you can also follow me on my YouTube channel. So this is possible means through which you can connect yourself with your tutor. But the first one is the most important for all of you taking the March 24 and June 24 classes for AAA. That is AAAmock@gmail.com. That is the email ID where you need to email me your assignments. I will be telling you more about assignments in my orientation session today. Okay, now let's start with the core part of this orientation where I need to speak more with all of you. That's understanding the paper, the AAA paper, which you have already opted for either the March or the June exam. You all know that AAA is an optional paper. It's one of the strategic optional paper ACCA has developed, and you have chosen this paper. No one forced you to take this paper. This is not an essential paper, right? This is a paper you have chosen. So something which you choose on your free will, your performance has to be excellent. And that is what I am expecting from all of you as a tutor, that you perform really well in this AAA paper. Leave aside that the passing rates are low. Leave aside that it is a challenging paper. But you need to keep yourself motivated. Firstly, you opted for this paper. No one forced you. Secondly, within the low pass rates, even there are many students who pass AAA in the first attempt. So you can be one of them. So you need to keep yourself pumped up. You need to look at the positive side of the picture. You need to be very optimistic, because my session today is just to build optimism among all of you that this is a doable paper and you just need to follow the guidance which will be given to you by the tutor, and just believe in your tutor, trust your tutor, and follow the guidance as effectively as possible. Let's open the discussion around understanding the paper. The brought forward knowledge, that is extremely important. There are two sets of brought forward knowledge which is needed for the AAA paper. Number one, the AA paper, no doubt about that. And number two, the SBR paper. Now, the AA is a very essential knowledge for the AAA paper. Now, a lot of time, the student asked me a question that we were exempted from AA. If you are exempted from AA, you need not to worry about it because my AAA course starts from very basics. And I go down into every topic and every chapter and every syllabus area which ACCA has defined in the syllabus guide of AAA. And I explain every topic in depth. So you're not worried about that I have not done the AA. How should I do the AAA? Over my last 17 years of teaching the AAA paper, I've seen so many students who were exempted from the AA paper and they still attained good marks in the very first attempt of the AAA paper. So that is doable, right? So if you were exempted from AA, no need to worry about it. Now, if you have given the AA paper, you at least you will understand something more quickly. And particularly if you have given the AA paper more recently in the last 1 year, last 1.5 years, so you will have some familiarity with the jargons, with the terminologies, and you will be able to understand something more quickly. But both sets of student, whether you were exempt from the AA or you have given AA recently or not recently, each one of the students are being catered in my AAA course. Now comes to the second side, which is a more important side, which is SBR, accounting knowledge. Now, accounting knowledge is very critical in AAA paper, and that is the reason when we do the counseling for AAA students, we do counsel the AAA students that it is essential that you take the AAA paper right after the SBR paper or with the SBR paper. So either you are giving SBR and AAA together in March or June, or you have already given the SBR paper and awaiting result, or you have given the SBR paper in the last 6 months. You are in all ideal positions to take on the AAA paper. But yes, if you have given SBR like a year ago, and you believe that my accounting knowledge has diminished or my accounting knowledge has faded, how would I revise the accounting knowledge? A lot of students ask me a question, is accounting knowledge covered in your paper, in your syllabus, in your AAA lectures? My answer is no, because I am teaching AAA, where ACCA says SBR is a prerequisite. So as ACCA believes that the student should come to AAA with the knowledge of SBR. The ACCA is not saying that a tutor should teach SBR for AAA. Yes, when I solve questions, we talk about accounting treatments. When I do questions, we talk about accounting treatments. When I do the brainstorming of questions, we talk about accounting treatments, because if we are doing a topic which has an accounting treatment, I need to elaborate upon it. I need to discuss it. So yes, that sort of a guidance is there in my lectures. But if any student has given SBR a long time ago, what will you do? Now, first of all, before I tell you what will you do, how many syllabus areas are impacted by the accounting knowledge? AAA has how many syllabus areas? 7. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So there are a total of 7 syllabus areas in AAA. How many of them are impacted by SBR? Just 2, which is the syllabus area D and syllabus area E. Now, these are the only 2 syllabus areas impacted by the accounting knowledge. Rest, you don't need the accounting knowledge. Syllabus area A, B, C, syllabus area F, and syllabus area G. You don't need the accounting knowledge. But these are the 2 areas where you need the accounting knowledge. So how would you revise it? Now, just let me quickly ask a question. How many of you have given SBR and awaiting results quickly? How many of you are awaiting results for SBR? Okay, that's good. And how many of you, okay, so that's a good majority. So at least the message is very clear that you need to give SBR before AAA. Okay, how many of you have given SBR like a year ago? Okay, 2. Okay, just two. Okay. 6 months ago is perfectly fine. Those of you who have given 6 months ago, do you still remember your accounting knowledge? You should. Okay, so we have a good looking structure for the AAA March batch. Majority of you are awaiting results or either have cleared SBR in September 23, which is good. Some of you have given it a year ago. So I just need to guide those students. If you've given a year ago, or even if you want to revise the accounting standards, what's the best source of revising accounting standards? Number one, I'll be sharing this in the WhatsApp group even, the links, so don't worry about it. The first important link, which I will be sharing shortly in the WhatsApp group after the session, is the Financial Reporting Insights. And this particular link, the Financial Reporting Insights, this is a wonderful summary of key accounting standards. It's not 100% accounting standards, but all the key accounting standards, Financial Reporting Insights. So at least you can watch these videos. I think each video is minimum 5 to 6 minutes to maximum 10 minutes. And this is a wonderful source of knowledge if you want to revise your accounting knowledge. This is number one, recommended by the tutor. Number one. Number two, a quick revision by Tashwita. Tashwita Gupta, I hope you know her. She is a renowned SBR tutor. She recently joined KKDL, the Kashif Kamran's digital learning, just a couple of weeks ago. And you can use her revision. That's more like a crash course at this particular link, free of cost. This is just like 90 minutes. And in the 90 minutes, she has touched upon every crucial aspect of the accounting standards a AAA student should know. So that is one good knowledge as well from Tashwita. Moreover, you can read the last chapters of the BPP or Kaplan book if you have done SPR like a year ago. If you have done SPR like a year ago, this is very, very important for you. But if you have done SPR recently, you just want to brush over the knowledge, or you have done SPR like 6 months ago, because some students said that they have done it in September 23, you can just have a quick revision from that Tashwita link. Or you can just have a quick revision from the Financial Reporting Insight, the link number one. But anyone who has done it like a year ago, probably the last chapter of the Kaplan and BPB book, which is about financial reporting standards, is very important. Or at least after that, watching the quick revision by Tashwita. The good news is that since a few days ago, I took Tashwita Gupta on board KKDL, she is devising a new accounting standard course exclusively for the AAA students. And that is approximately 6 to 7 hours of intense accounting standards. Just a quick summary, 5 to 6 minutes of each standard she will be touching upon, because in AAA, you just need a summary. In AAA, you just need to know the surface. In AAA, you're not going in depth as you go in SPR. You just need how to recognize something, how to de-recognize something, how to present something, how to classify something. And because she has given AAA herself, so she knows how to do it. So she will be devising an accounting course exclusively for the AAA students, which will be available by 25th of December this year, 2023, and then can be sold separately as like a $20 package. If anyone wants to buy that, this is additional add-on. This is not something you will buy forcefully. You need to assess yourself. Those awaiting results are not in need of this. Those given SBR 6 months ago are not in need of this. You can still have a quick revision from bullet number 2, bullet number 1. Those who have given SPR like a year ago, number 3, number 4. Number 3, number 4 is very, very important for anyone who has given SBR 1 year ago or more. Are you all clear? But yes, the Shweta Gupta is designing a course which is to be sold separately at a very good price of just $20 for the AAA students. The price of this course is 35 USD outside the AAA students of mine. So anyone buying outside my AAA community will be paying 35 USD, but for you it's 20. if anyone wants to get hold of that. This course will be exclusively available on my portal from the 25th of December around, and you can buy it if you have any interest in this. But the first two sources are good for anyone who has given SBR recently. I hope you're clear on that. Is everyone clear? The students given SBR recently, given a year ago, what you need to do. Okay, so that's great, right? And I hope you're very familiar with Tashwita Gupta as a teacher. How many of you are familiar with Tashwita? Because she's very sound in teaching SBR paper. Okay, that's great. So just let's move on, and that is what you should need for accounting standards. And how many syllabus areas are impacted by accounting standards? I just mentioned. Anyone remember? How many syllabus areas are impacted? Just two, syllabus area E and D. That is it. Okay, now moving on. The paper format. What the paper look like for AAA? It's such an easy paper. When you look at the paper and you look at the style of the paper, the structure of the paper, it's such a balanced, easy looking paper. But I don't know what the student do on the day of the real exam. They just need to be calm. They just need to be composed to pass the AAA paper, because the worst thing you're doing in the exam hall is that you're coming into the panic mode. That just destroy your exam setting. Look at the paper format. There are 3 questions only, and you have 195 minutes. That is 3 hours and 15 minutes. 3 hours and 15 minutes, plenty of time. How many questions? 3 just. The questions are all compulsory. They're divided into section A and section B. You can see that on your screen. The section A on the left-hand side right here is the big question, question number 1. It has 40 technical marks and 10 professional marks. Then the section B has 2 questions, question 2 and question 3, each of 20 technical marks and 5 professional marks. So there are 80 technical marks and there are 20 professional marks. Excelling the 20 professional marks holds the key to success. There are plenty of exam practice in my course, and plenty of exam practice in my course which guides you on excelling the professional marks. And I keep doing practice each session. Another webinar will be coming for March 24 students by the mid of February. Another webinar will be coming for the June students by the mid of May. That is where we talk about excelling professional marks. Every sitting, every exam sitting, because excelling the professional marks holds the key to success. Technical marks, yes, that is an easier thing, because technical marks is something you will be learning through my syllabus, learning through my course on the portal. Is everyone clear with the paper format? 3 questions, 1, 2, 3, divided into 2 sections, A and B. Question 1 with 40 technical and 10 professional, 2 and 3 with 20 technical and 5 each professional marks. Now, is there something predictable in the paper? Do we know which syllabus area comes from which syllabus area hits which question? Yes, that makes AAA such an easy paper, such a balanced paper, that you know which syllabus area impacts which section. So you're very sure of what will come in question 1. You're very sure what will come in section B. And you go with that surety in exam hall, and it will never disappoint you. Is everyone clear with the paper format and structure? Can we move on connecting the paper format with the syllabus? Okay, so is it an easy looking paper format? Do you have any confusions in the paper format? 3 questions and plenty of time, 3 hours and 15 minutes and just 3 questions. Psychologically, it's like a very good equation. But I don't know what students do with time management in AAA, because time management is the biggest challenge in the AAA paper. And I have a lot of guidance on that. Right? So that is important. If there is any question you asked me and I missed it out, please drop that question again. Thank you, Amina. Okay, now moving to this. Inside the syllabus, I just talked to you that if you look at the syllabus area for AAA, we have 7 syllabus areas: A, B, C, D, E, F, G. 7. And of those 7, can you see the 2 highlighted in the red? Can you see the 2 syllabus areas highlighted in red? D and E. Why? Because these are the 2 syllabus areas which connect with accounting knowledge. And these are the 2 syllabus areas which are the most important in a 100 marks paper. The contribution of these areas is significant. If you make a pie chart, almost like 50% of the paper comes from syllabus area D and E. 50% of the paper from D and E. At times even more, at times even 60%. So half the pie chart, at times slightly more than half, is from D and E. So that is important. That is the reason I emphasize them in red. So 7 syllabus areas, not a big syllabus, not at all. Not a big syllabus areas. It's a doable syllabus. You're preparing now, December, and you're appearing in exams in March. It's doable. Almost every student takes AAA course from me for a given quarter, not for 6 months. It's a doable course in 3 months. Now you're standing in December, right? We are on the mid of December today, 15th of December, 2023, when this orientation has been conducted. So psychologically, by the 15th of Feb, we should be done with the syllabus. So we'll explore these syllabus areas, and each of these syllabus area has been explored in my portal in depth. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So this is the syllabus, right? Now let's see how it connects with the paper. When you look at the connection of the paper and the syllabus, this is the most important discussion I am having today. And I spent 5 to 7 minutes here just to connect the paper with the syllabus. You know the paper, 3 questions and 3 hours and 15 minutes. You know the syllabus, 7 syllabus areas, right? Now let's see how they connect together. Yes, this is the live orientation, Tejas, right? And after the live orientation, you will start watching the recorded lectures. And then from the 15th of February, we'll have the live interventions for the webinar, right? Which is known as the Webinars to Success. And that is normally like 2 to 3 days of live interventions when we have webinars, which are basically exam techniques and guidance. I hope you're clear on that, Tejas. Okay, paper and syllabus. Now listen to this very carefully. No questions for next 5 minutes. Section A. And in the section A, we have question number 1, right? And you all know how much is question number 1. Question number 1 is 40 technical marks. 40 technical marks, right? Syllabus area D. Look at this. Syllabus area D. Planning and the audit of the historical financial statement, where you do need the accounting knowledge, will only be tested in question 1. Look at this word, only. What does that mean, all of you? Will syllabus area D comes in section B? Will syllabus area D comes in section B? No, absolutely no. You will only find it in section A because section A is set at the planning stage of audit. And because it's set at the planning stage of audit, section D is about planning and the audit of the historical financial statement. So question number 1 will always formulate from from syllabus area D. And you need accounting knowledge for question number 1, right? Because syllabus area D has a blend of accounting knowledge. Will only be tested in question 1. Next, section B. When you look at the section B, and you look at the section B has 2 questions, right? One is question 2, one is question 3. You can look at the 2 syllabus areas under section B. One is the syllabus area E, which I told you has a connection with accounting knowledge. Completion, review, and reporting. Completion, review, and reporting has a connection with SBR. And then the syllabus area F, other assignments. No connection with accounting standards. These 2 syllabus areas will only be tested in question 2 and 3. Again, look at this word. So will you find E and F in question 1? Never. Will you find E and F in section A? Never. E and F. Now listen to me very carefully. You have question 2, you have question 3 in the section B, right? In the section B of the paper. Now, one of them, it is must that one of them has to be from syllabus area E. So either one of them will be from E. It could be 2, it could be 3. E will never be missed, just like D. You cannot find an exam sitting without the syllabus area D because it's question number 1. You will never find an exam sitting without syllabus area E because it's one of the 2 questions in section B, one of the 2. So which 2 are the most important areas, D and E? D is must in question 1. E is must in section B. E is must in section B, either in 2 or in 3. Is everyone clear with that? So E is every time. E is every time, either question 2 or question 3. Now we are left with F. Look at what happens with F. Syllabus area F. Syllabus area F is 3 out of 5 exam settings. So in 3 out of 5 exam settings, you will find syllabus area F being tested in section B in one of the questions. 3 out of 5. So can you find an exam setting like your own exam setting March 24 that you don't have anything from syllabus area F? Yes. So can you find an exam setting without syllabus area F, everyone? Can there be an exam setting without syllabus area F? Yes. So, but can there be an exam setting without E? No. Can there be an exam setting without D? No, right? So the important areas are D and E. So D and E holds the key. You need to be very good onto that. You need to be excellent on D and E. And that's where you need the accounting standards coming in. Is F important? Yes. 3 out of 5 exam settings. Can you be underprepared on F? No. Can you take a risk on F? No. You need to be well prepared on F because it's 3 out of 5 exam settings. And it cannot be tested in section A, right? Okay. Now let's go down and wind up this. The rest of the syllabus areas. ABC. See what's written on top of ABC. Can be tested anywhere in the paper. A, B, C. They can be in section A, they can be in section B. They can be part of a question, they can be full question. We have seen a lot of, A is basically knowledge, and we've seen a lot of knowledge stuff being put into this question 1, mostly. One of the requirement for 6 to 8 marks in question 1 normally touches the syllabus area. It normally touches. But you do find this knowledge stuff somewhere even in B. But mostly, the most common way examiner develops a paper, he mostly puts 6 to 8 marks from syllabus area A into question 1. That's what we've seen in the recent exam settings. But A can be tested anywhere. B, ethical and professional issues. Examiner is very fond of putting ethical and professional issues in question 1, mostly in the recent exam papers. One of the question for 6 to 8 marks out of the 40 marks you have in question number 1 is from ethical and professional issues. And then you have a quality management and practice management. Quality management is an area which falls under section B mostly under section B. And practice management is something you see equally in A and B. It's like very common. You find it in A, you find it in B. Sometime in both the sections of the same exam paper. So you can find this equally in section A and equally in section B. But quality management is in B mostly. Ethical issues is in A mostly. And regulatory environment is in A mostly, but it can be tested anywhere, right? Are you clear with how paper would go in? So is there a connection of the syllabus with paper, all of you? Are you understanding that connection? That is more important. Is everyone understanding the connection of the paper with the syllabus? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, so that's great, right? So I hope that helps you develop and approach your timetable for the next 2 months. How would you approach each syllabus areas, knowing where it will come and how it will come, knowing how important it is, right? And Yes, Nafisa, section A is about audit planning only, right? It's a planning question because audit starts with planning. So, and that's the reason the examiner is starting with question 1 from planning. Okay, we're left with one syllabus area, if you have noted, all of you. Which syllabus area are we left with? We are left with the syllabus area G. So G is current issues. Current issues. See what's written under current issues. Only examine when an examining team writes an article. We didn't saw current issues in December exam. We didn't saw current issues in September exams. Almost current issues, what I have researched on current issues. Current issues, if I look at last 5 years, in last 5 years, only 2 times the current issues have been tested in last 5 years. Only when an examining teams write an article. So if there is a current issue, the examining team will write an article before your exam settings. So we'll see if there is any for March, but currently, no. So current issues, we are not worried about unless and until an article comes in. If an article comes in, I'll do a live session on that. But if there is no article, so the student will ask me, is there any current issue for March? I'll say no. So as of now, there is no current issue for March. As of now, there is no current issue for June. But yes, what is the cutoff time? The cutoff time is 7th of February. So by the 7th of February, if any current issue comes from the examining team, it will be examinable in March exams. And the cutoff for June exams is 7th of May. So if something comes before the 7th of May, as in like a current issue, I'll be guiding my students accordingly in the WhatsApp group and we'll be doing a live session on that. No, the current issues are all auditing current issues, right? Not accounting current issues. Zelna, sorry. I hope you're clear with that. So it's about the current issues in the audit world, not in the accounting world. Okay, is everyone clear now with section A and section B? How important are the syllabus area D and E? And how frequent is syllabus area F? And I hope you're all very clear with ABC. So that is how the paper connects. So is it an organized paper? Is it a disciplined paper? Is the examiner doing experiments every time? No. Is the examiner doing something unusual every time? No. It's very predictable, very organized, and very structured paper. All you need is practice, and all you need is to follow the guidance of your tutor, and you will pass. Okay, now moving on. Section A of the paper, which we just discussed. Now we're going deep inside section A. Section A holds the key. It's a 50 marks section where you have 40 technical marks and 10 professional marks. Let's explore a bit more depth of section A of the paper. Section A, question number 1. Set at the planning stage of the audit with 40 technical and 10 professional marks, planning stage. So that is why syllabus area D is important, because syllabus area D is at the planning stage. So we know audit starts with planning. I hope you all agree with me. So the question number 1 is set at a planning stage as if you're about to start the audit. You're doing the planning of the upcoming audit. So examining team has put the paper in the right format, planning first. The bulk of the 40 technical marks are utilized for risk assessment, either a business risk, either an audit risk, or a risk of material misstatement, which is mandatory part of the question number 1. I think out of 40 marks, 20 to 22 marks are put on risk. So out of 40, 22, at times 24 marks are put on risk. So you are left with like 18 or at times 16 to 18 marks on other areas, ABC, ethical issues, procedures. Procedures is from syllabus area D. Procedures is very common in question number 1. Almost in every exam setting, you get procedures, ethical issues, something from regulatory environment, syllabus area A, even something from practice management, accepting a new audit client. So a lot of ABC can come into those 16 to 18 marks, including the procedures, right? So bulk of the 40 marks is on risk. And if you have done the AA paper, anyone, you know about audit risk, right? You know about risk of material misstatement. You're very familiar, because one of our favorite question in the AA paper also used to be the audit risk question, right? And same as in the AAA paper. But business risk was not there in AA, right? So business risk is something you will be learning for the first time through my course. Okay, now moving on towards the other parts of this 40 marks question. The other examinable topics in question 1 includes more consistently or regularly featured are. So the one which come more frequently in the question number 1 beside risk, which takes 50% of the question number 1. What are the other areas? Ethical issues, syllabus area B, matters in planning the first year audit. So this is the B syllabus area. Matters in planning the first year audit, how you plan a first year audit, a journal knowledge question. This is from syllabus area D. It's on my portal. Evaluating the component auditor strategy. Is there something wrong in the strategy of the component auditor? This is covered in my syllabus area D. Matters in accepting the new client. This is a syllabus area C, practice management. Audit procedures, syllabus area D. Knowledge areas like money laundering, responsibility for laws and regulations, and using the work of others and joint audit. This is all what you'll be learning in syllabus area A. This is all covered on my portal. Each topic is on my portal with proper guidance, so don't worry about it. But I've just put the alphabets B, D, C, A, so you know which syllabus area is coming down into question number 1. So D is mandatory. ABC can be anywhere in the paper, right? So this is how you look at the question number 1. I think you will better understand the question number 1 once you have 50% done through the syllabus. So you understand, oh, this is the question number 1. So I hope this summary would help you later, all of you. Will the summary be sufficient for retaining what comes in section A once you take a printout of this? Great, okay. Section B of the paper. Section B, a deep investigation, consists of 2 questions, question 2, question 3. One of them is set at the completion and reporting stage of the audit, syllabus area E. This is a must. Did I mention that just a few minutes ago, that syllabus area E is mandatory, just like syllabus area D. Syllabus area E is one of the question in section B. Is that true? All of you? Is this must? Is this true? Syllabus area E? Yes, it is, right? So completion and reporting stage. The question at the completion and reporting stage cannot just be purely a reporting question. From a AA mindset, if you have done AA, any one of you, you know there is a question on audit report asking you qualified opinions or adverse opinions or emphasis of a meta paragraph, key audit meta paragraph, report, audit report, right? So completion and a reporting question is not just a question on audit report. It's not just a question on audit report. It could include elements of completion stage activities as well. So it's not just an audit report. I hope if you remember the AA paper, all of you, if you've done it recently, there used to be subsequent events, analytical procedures, going concern at the completion and reporting stage. And there used to be a question on audit report, right? So even in the AAA, it's not just a reporting question. It can include other things from a completion stage of the audit. What? Students normally assume that this question to be purely based on audit report knowledge, which is wrong. So you just expect, oh, a question will come from audit report. No, you have 20 marks. Out of 20 marks, you can get a whole 20 marks question on audit report. That is possible. But what we have seen in recent past papers, 10 marks on audit report, 10 marks on something else from syllabus area E, not out of syllabus area E, right? But if you just assume that all this 20 marks will be audit report, this is wrong. So let's see what else can be part of this from syllabus area E. This question is set at a completion stage. An examiner mentioned in the opening paragraph of the case study that the audit report is to be signed next week. So when you read the opening paragraph of any of the question 2 or 3, which is set at completion stage of the audit, examiner will tell in the opening paragraph of the case study, audit is about to complete. The report is to be signed next week. So look at this sentence here. The report is to be signed next week. That gives you a hint that this question is at the completion and reporting stage, because the report is to be signed next week. Or audit is nearing completion. Or the manager is performing a review of the working papers. Or An engagement quality control review is being performed. As an indication, it is a completion stage question. Look at this last paragraph. Read this last paragraph once more, all of you. You get to know this is a completion stage question by something in the first paragraph. Audit is about to complete. Report is to be signed next week. Manager is doing a review of the working paper. Engagement quality control review is being performed, because these are all activities which takes place before the audit report is signed. So if you read something like this in the opening paragraph of section B question, you will immediately recall this is a completion stage question. Is that clear to all of you? And again, this is something which will come with practice of the past papers. Is everyone clear? Syllabus area E, one of the question in section B, not purely an audit report question, could have elements of completion and reporting stage blended together in a 20 marks question. Okay, moving on. Further investigation of section B. The question at the completion stage could focus on the following. Look at the list of 7 topics, which could be part of your question from syllabus area E. Number 1, evaluating the accounting methods and explaining the evidence in working paper file. You can take a printout of this when you are studying the syllabus area E on my portal. So when you're studying the syllabus area E on your portal, you can just keep ticking. Okay, we have done this topic. We have done this topic. We have done this topic. We've done this topic. So once you start looking at this, the portal for syllabus area E, you can take this printout and sit down and say, okay, tutor has given us a lecture on this. Okay, tutor has given us lecture on this. Tutor has given us lecture on this. We've done all 7 areas. We're ready. Is that clear? So this is the 7 possible areas which comes from syllabus area E. Number 2, evaluate the sufficiency and appropriateness of evidence. Number 3, evaluate the going concern matters. Number 4, evaluate the matters to be communicated to those charged with governance. I've covered each of them on my portal. Number 5, evaluate the accounting treatment and the implication of the uncorrected accounting treatment on the audit report. Critically appraise the report and auditor responsibility for other information paragraph in the annual report. This is 7. Nothing out of 7. This is your scope. This is your scope when you're studying the section syllabus area E. Is everyone clear? Will you take a printout when you're studying the syllabus area E? Will you ensure each of the 7 is covered? Will you ensure you have practiced a past paper on each? So will this work like a checklist when you're sitting in the syllabus area E, going through the syllabus area E, all of you? Right? So I hope this structure will help you, because this structure is also telling to all of you that the paper is very standardized. The paper is very structured. The only problem you all do is that you don't practice. If you practice, if you have the right approach, if you have the right study planner, you are bound to pass. You're bound to pass the paper. So this is the side of the E. Okay, the other side. The other question in section B, apart from E, is open. Anything can come in it. Anything can come in it. So one of the question in section B is from E, but the other one is open. Any syllabus area from A, B, C, or F can be examined here. D and E can't be examined. We know D and E can't be examined because they've already been examined. So one of the question in section B is open. A, B, C, or F. Most frequently tested topics in section B question includes evaluating the quality management. This is the syllabus area C. Question on other assignments, syllabus area F, and money laundering, syllabus area A. So these are most common topics, A, F, and C. A, F, and C. So I hope you're controlling the paper. Do take a printout of this orientation slides, right? So you know how things are going in the paper. So if you're covering the money laundering topic, you should know, oh, it can also come in section B. If you're covering the quality management topic, you know, oh, it can come in section B. If you're covering other assignments, you know, okay, this comes in section B. So this is the deep investigation of section A and section B of the paper. So what's the summary? The summary is syllabus area D and E are the most important. F is frequently repeated. And syllabus area A, B, and C can come anywhere in the paper. Okay, now how would you go with my syllabus? On the portal where you have already registered yourself. Now on my portal, there are 4 blocks. Block 1, which is the syllabus area A, regulatory environment. On the block 2, you have syllabus area B and C, which is ethical and professional issues and quality management and practice management matters. Then you have the block 3, which is the syllabus area D and E. So this is the most important. And you know that this is where you get a question 1 and one of the question in section B. One of the question in section B. So once you come to block 3, you will say, oh, I have to put more time here. I need to be very focused here because I get a question 1 from here and I get one of the question in section B from here. So I need to be very watchful when I come to block 3. And the more important thing here, you need your SBR knowledge. So a lot of important things going down into block 3. So block 3 holds the key. Block 1, easiest. Block 2 will take some time because you're going through quality management issues for the first time, ethical and professional issues. That's a bit of revision from the AA paper. You can easily do that even if your AA was exempt. And quality management, this area will take a bit of time. And then 4th block, which is about syllabus area F, other assignments. You know, this comes in section B of the paper very frequently. So 4 blocks. Are you understanding these 4 blocks, all of you? Do you know the importance of each block with the syllabus area? So do you know which block is critical, which blocks contributes to the paper? When you can rewatch the orientation, you can replay the orientation once the recording is available. But there are 4 blocks in which I have segregated my syllabus. Ever since I'm teaching the AAA, I always divide it into 4 sections. And under the 4 sections, you have the 6 syllabus areas. No current issues because that is only when an article comes in. So current issue is like disappeared. We will only be worried about current issues March students and June students. If there is anyone, I'll be with you. I'll be updating you and we'll be doing a live session with you. So currently, no need to worry about syllabus area G. Just focus on syllabus area A, B, C, D, E, F. That is it. 6 syllabus areas and complete off your syllabus as quickly as possible. Okay. The course on the portal. Now, if you look at the course on the portal, the course is divided into 13 sections. When you look at the portal, you will see 13 sections on the portal. Orientation is the section 1, block 1, then block 2, then block 3, then block 4. Right after the block 4, you will see current issues. You will not be worried about current issues till the time I alert you if there is any for March. So you can just ignore current issues for the time being and can move on. If there is any current issue for March and June, I will alert you by the 15th of February for March exams and 15th of May for the June exams. Then only you will watch the current issues. Currently, no need to have a current issue. Right? So current issues, no worries. Then professional marks, then December 22 webinar, then December 22 mock debrief, then March 23 webinar, and all this. This is all practice. This is all practice, right? This is all practice. And if you look at this part is all technical learning. So technical practice. Leave aside the current issues. So your orientation followed by block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4. So 4 blocks is all technical. But in the technical lectures, I've done practice too. So it's not just alone technical. In lots of my technical classes, I've done the past papers. But once you complete the technical part and you know A, B, C, D, E, F, and you are super strong on AAA, you come down and you start watching the webinars and mock debriefs. Because in those, I've done the full papers. So once I do the full papers, you know, okay, this is how I have to go in. This is how I have to do the practice. So 13 sections on the paper, right? Okay, now this is how things look in. If you're starting the course today, this is how you're going down. Regulatory environment, block 1 first. then block 2, second, then block 3, third, then block 4, fourth. I've given you how many lectures are there. In block 1, there are 9 lectures for 18 hours. In block 2, there are 9 lectures for 19 hours. In block 3, there are 16 lectures for 38 hours because that's the core block, you know, right? Look at the number of lectures increasing. Look at the number of hours increasing because that's a core block, D&E. Then other assignments, 7 lectures for 17 hours. Current issue is currently 1 hour, 1 lecture, but you're not doing the current issue unless and until I prompt you. And then professional marks are 6 lectures for 3 hours. This is total 48 hours and 48 lectures. Extremely sorry. These are 48 lectures and you have 96 hours. This is your mission number 1, first mission. I want to see that you complete this by the 25th of Jan. This all should be completed by the 25th of January. And if you are a June student, you should complete this by the 25th of April. But if you are a March student, 25th of Jan, you should be completing this 96 hours. Yes, you can go to 27th, you can go to 28th. See, the problem is when I tell you a timeline, the students will ask me another question. What if I don't fulfill 25th of January? No problem. You need to know your challenges. 25th is like a goal. No, not a problem if you take 3 days over that, 4 days over that, because some of you might be doing jobs, some might be taking extra papers. You need to know your own challenges for 25th of January and set your own timetable. Set your own timetable. That when will I complete the 96 hours on screen? The technical part. Now, once you've done with the technical part, you move on and you say, okay, now let's do the practice. For practice, there are 28 lectures. 28 lectures for practice, pure practice, and 41 hours. 41 hours. Now, try to finish this off from 26th till the 15th of February. 15th of Feb. From the 26th of January to the Okay, I hope you all can hear me back again, right? So we were just discussing the timelines on this particular slide that this 96 hours or this total of, just 1 second, really sorry for that. We were just discussing the timelines that for these 48 lectures and 96 hours, if you are giving exams in March 24, you should finish this off by the 25th of January 23. And if you're giving exams in June, then you should finish this off by the 25th of May, 25th of April, sorry, 25th of April 23. But again, you need to set this as a goal and you need to devise your own timetable for that because you know your own challenges and your own limitations. Now, the second thing after you complete all this 96 hours, because this is all the technical side or technical content, but it includes practice, right? Then you move to the second bunch, which is about the webinars and the mock debriefs, which is about practice of the past papers, complete papers. So this is 41 hours of very rigorous exam practice and a total of 28 lectures. You should plan to do this from the 26th of January 23 till the 15th of Feb 23 if you are a March student. But if you are a June student, then you should plan to do it from the 26th of April 23 to the 15th of May 23. So this is for the March 24 students. This is for the June 24 students. So 15th of Feb, you should finish off. And if you're a June student, 15th of May, you should finish off. That's ideally 15 days before exams. You're done, the whole course. Yes, some students will take an extra week on it. Now that's upon your own challenges and that's upon your own obstacles. So you should devise your own timetable. You should evaluate yourself on a weekly basis how good you are progressing. So set a timetable for 25th of Jan the March students primarily, and see how you're progressing from 15th of December now on a weekly basis. How much have you covered? How much have you covered on a weekly basis? Right? Exactly. Sorry, the date should be 24. Really sorry for that. 24, 24, 24, and 24, right? So it's all 2024. Obviously, we don't yet had the change of year, so it's more like you're into the temperament of 23 all times, right? So it's 24, the dates you need to follow in. I hope you're clear for that. Okay, so now how you're going about it. You start from orientation, order of the course. You go to the block 1, you go to the block 2, you go to the block 3. Block 3 again is in red because that's a core block. Then you go to the block 4, then you go to the current issues. Again, I'm crossing the current issues. You will skip current issues. Okay, you leave aside the current issues. Then you go to the mock webinars and mock debrief, and finally you do the professional mark. So this is the sequence. Orientation followed by block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4. Leave the current issues. Then you go to the webinars and mock debrief. Do all the webinars and mock debrief. And finally do the professional marks. Finally do the professional marks. I'll shift the professional marks at the end of the portal. Currently, the professional marks are coming somewhere in the middle of the portal, but I'll shift them towards the end. So you watch the professional marks right to the end of the everything. Because once you've done the webinars and mock debrief, you don't need to know the professional marks because that is all covered in the webinars and mock debrief. So I'll just put them at the end. So even if you want to watch them, you can watch them right at the end of the course. Is that sequence clear to all of you? Please, quick answers. Is this flow clear to all of you? How would you go down with the syllabus? Okay. Now look at my note number at the bottom of the screen. Look at this note number right over here. Just read this note number. It says, in each block, the sequence will be followed except for block 3. So in block 1, go in the sequence in which sequence the lectures are coming. In block 2, go in the sequence in which the lectures are coming. But in block 3, you need to have a bit of twist to the sequence. We'll see what is that. In block 4, go in sequence, and webinars go in sequence, and professional marks go in sequence. Is that clear to all of you? So you need to break the sequence where? Except for block 3. So I'll tell you how to break the sequence in block 3. But is everyone clear that you have to go in sequence of block 1, block 2, block 4? So in sequence, the lectures are given. So follow the sequence of the lecture within each block, right? Except for block 3, right? Let's see how to go down. In block 1, go in sequence and complete all lectures. So in block 1, go in sequence, complete all lectures, right? In block 2, go in sequence and complete all lectures. After you have completed all lectures in block 2, then jump to December 22 webinar, day 3, for additional practice on quality management. So after you have completed all the block 2, you will jump to December 22 webinar, day 3, and you will do an additional practice on quality management. Is that jump clear to all of you? Are you all sound with the jump? Jump to December 22 webinar, day 3, for additional practice on quality management. Is that clear to all of you? Okay, so block 2 in order. After completing block 2, jump to December 22 webinar, day 3. Okay, then block 3, where you have lots of twist. In block 3, you need to complete all lectures of block 3, but look at this but here. All lectures of block 3, but there is some distortion in the order which you need to follow in for lecture 4 and lecture 5 only. Rest all lectures will be done in order. So you do lecture 1, you do lecture 2, you do lecture 3 in order. So lecture 1 done, lecture 2 done, lecture 3 done. The moment you come to lecture 4, there is a twist. And the moment you come to lecture 5, there is a twist. After that, from lecture number 6 onwards, you have to go in order. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, go in order. But the twist is only with 4 and 5. Is that clear? Should I tell you the twist? Should I tell you how to go with that twist? So you do 1, you do 2, you do 3. At 4 and 5, there is a twist. After 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, go in the order. Let's see what is the twist. The distortion of order for lecture 4 and lecture 5 is illustrated in the next slide is due to some changes in the way the topic is now examined since September 22 exams. So there was some changes in the way the question was examined from September 22 exams. In light of those changes, I have modified the way you should go with lecture 4 and lecture 5. So once you come at lecture 4, what you should do, see, this is what you should do. Look at this very carefully. Block 3, start. Today, I'm doing the block lecture 1, done. Lecture 2, done. Lecture 3, done. I come to lecture 4. I watch lecture 4 first. After you have watched the lecture 4, you need to do lots of things. After the lecture 4, you will watch December 22 webinar, day 1. Then you will watch December 22 webinar, day 2. Then you will watch December 22 mock day 1. Then you will watch March 23 webinar, day 2. This is all practice. This is all practice around lecture 4. Then you will watch March 23 webinar, day 4. Then you will watch March 23 mock, day 1. Then you will watch June 23 mock orientation. Then you will watch June 23 mock, day 2. Then you will watch addendum to lecture 4 block 3. And then finally you come to lecture number 5. See, after lecture number 4, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 additional lectures, which are on the portal. But from lecture 4, take a printout of this slide, right? Take a printout of this slide when you reach lecture 4, keep it on the table and say, okay, I've done lecture 4. What should I do next? Okay, December 22 webinar, day 1, go and watch it. Next, December 22 webinar, day 2, go and watch it. Tick, 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 and you go this order. Yes, these webinars are different, right, from the ones you need to do after which will come for the March 24 exams, right? These are already the previous webinars, which are part and parcel of the course, right? So is everyone clear? Will you take a printout of this? And once you reach lecture 4, this printout has to be on your table, because this will tell you, okay, what next, what next, what next, what next, what next. So you watch each lecture and you keep taking. Done, 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 and done. Addendum to lecture 4 block 3, done. Come to lecture 5. After lecture 5, again you have to do something. You need to follow addendum to lecture 5 block 3. You need to follow December 22 webinar, day 1. See, the boxes in red are duplicating, but the duplicating has a purpose. So a student will say, oh, December 22 webinar, day 1 is here. December 22 webinar, day 1 is here. Why are we watching this 2 times? You need to watch it 2 times. For it has a purpose, and you will only know the purpose once you start it. Okay, then a student will say, oh, mock day 1. Mock day 1. Why has the tutor written it 2 times? Has the tutor done a mistake? No. The tutor has written it for some purpose. So some of the videos have to be watched 2 times, even within lecture 4 and then within lecture 5, because it will make sense only when you start watching it. Okay, in this order you go down, then you come to lecture number 6 finally, and from lecture number 6 to lecture number 11, you go in the order, and then you complete the block 3. Is everyone clear what to do after lecture 4 and what to do after lecture 5? Will you take a printout of this and keep it with you when you're starting the lecture 4 and lecture 5 of the block 3? Is that clear? Okay, great. And then from lecture 6 onwards, no issues. You finish off the block 3. Now, once you have done the block 3, you've completed all the block 3 in the order which has been shown in the previous slide, jump to the following additional practice around block 3. Once you've done block 3, as per the previous slide, and you're finished, happy, then do all this. March 23 webinar, day 6. This is additional practice. March 23 mock debrief session 2, additional practice. June 23 mock debrief, day 4, additional practice. You need a lot of practice in block 3 because block 3 is 50% of your paper. And that is why you had a twist in block 3. And that is why you had some additional lectures in block 3, which will take your time. And even after completing block 3, you have to do additional practice 1, 2, 3. So please take a printout of this because that is the only way you can excel in 50% of the paper. So a lot of time will go on block 3. 50% of your total study time will go to block 3 because it's 50% of the paper. I hope you're clear on that. Okay, then block 4, complete all lectures in sequence. So no worries in block 4. But once you've completed all lectures in sequence for block 4, jump to December 22 webinar day 4 for additional practice. Jump to March 23 webinar day 5 for additional practice. And jump to June 23 mock day 3 for additional practice. So this is how you will do practice for block 4. So once you're completing the lectures, you're doing practice. So you're done block 4. Technical side, practice side. Block 3, technical side, practice side. Block 2, technical side, practice side. And that's how you're wrapping up the syllabus simultaneously. Okay, now AAA course completion. For the March 24 students, complete the course till 15th of Feb with everything. Plan for an extensive past paper practice from 16th of Feb. So once you've done the past papers, which I have done on the portal, after the 15th of Feb, you should do your own past papers. Pick up a past paper, do it. Pick up another past paper, do it. Pick up another past paper, do it. As many as possible. Right? Plan to do the mock on the 1st of March. ACCA publishes a mock paper, right? And ACCA publishes a mock paper by the 15th of Feb. You should do it on the 1st of March as late as possible because I will be doing a mock debrief every time I do a mock debrief. So I'll do a mock debrief. You will do the mock paper. And once you've done the mock paper, you will play my mock debrief and you will keep your paper in front and you will watch my debrief and auto correct your paper. And you'll say, okay, this is the mistake I've done, or this is something right, this is something wrong. So my mock debrief will be a self-appraisal of your mock. So plan to do the mock on the 1st of March, and you will have my mock debrief before that, but you will only watch the mock debrief after you have done the mock exam yourself. So you can self-appraise your mock. I hope you're clear with that, all of you, right? Watch the mock debrief by the tutor after the mock to self-appraise yourself. Last day to submit assignments for review to the tutor is 20th of Feb 2024. I will not be entertaining any assignments after 20th of Feb. So whatever past papers you are doing, whatever assignments of past papers you want to send to me, you can send as many as possible up till the 20th of Feb 2024, right? So that's the last date. Okay, yes, almost everything is identical to the previous orientation. Only the dates are changing. That is it, right? But I need to keep the new orientation for 2024 exams. So at least the previous 2023 orientations gets deleted off. No, only the ACCA mock is the mock you're doing. I will not be sending any of my mock exam because even ACCA takes the previous past papers, copy paste and make a mock exam. So I've done plenty of past papers. Normally it happens that the mock published by ACCA, that past paper has already been done in class because ACCA just take the previous past papers, just rephrase them and publish it as a mock paper. And normally when the mock paper comes in, I say, oh, this is from the December 15 exam. Oh, this is from the December 14 exam. So that's exactly what happened with the mock exams of ACCA. For the June 24 students, this is the timelines. Complete the course by 16th of May if you're a June student. Plan for an extensive past paper practice from 17th May. Plan to do the mock on the 1st of June. The debrief will be available, and the last day to submit assignments for the June student, is the 20th of May 2024. Please mark your calendars, all of you, today after watching the orientation. March student, your exams are very near, so mark your calendars carefully. June students, your exams are still far away, but you need to mark your calendars how to go about it. Is that timelines clear to all of you? Okay, next, important instructions. Number 1, it's must to read all articles recommended by the tutor in the pre-recorded lecture. So wherever you are watching my lecture and I have recommended an article to read, please do read it. Articles are must in AAA wherever recommended by the tutor. You're not skipping an article. Articles should take precedence over book. You can skip book, I have no issues. To me, you can pass the AAA without books. Only my notes, my lecture, my guidance, and articles. Best. But not skipping the articles, because articles are written by the examiner. Book is not written by the examiner. Number two, just skim over the articles, read around them. Don't go in depth of the article. Just skim over it and make a summary quickly. Make notes while reading the articles, and these notes will supplement your lecture notes for the given lecture. So every time you watch a lecture, you will get a lecture note. You should take a printout of that. And once you read an article, you can develop your own notes as well. I don't prefer any kit, Zelna. I prefer the past papers. I'll just be showing you the past papers you need to practice. Once let me complete the orientation, but no need to have a kit, because I don't like kit for AAA. It's only the past papers which you should be practicing. No, on the last day to submit assignments is 20th of February. No extensions to that, please, because I need 3 to 4 working days to respond. So technically, even the last assignment submitted to me by 20th, I will be finishing off my inbox by 25th of Feb. And after that, you have exams very near. Okay, submit assignments. You can submit the assignments at triple-a-mock@gmail.com, as many as possible. 20th of Feb is the last date. Uh, the more, the better. So you can send as many assignments as possible. Expect 2 to 3 days of a response time before when you submit the assignments. I will start checking the assignments from 18th of December on a 2 to 3 days cycle. So if you have already submitted any cycle, expect them to be responded from the 18th of December onwards, and in 2 days' time, each assignment will be responded. Okay, the pass rates in AAA, finally, the pass rates are a challenge in AAA. If you look at the last 3 attempts, the last 3 recent attempts, the passing rates have been very consistent at 34. Even in September 22, it was 34. It dipped down to 32 in December 22. So on average, 1/3 of the student pass in the first attempt. And you need to be among 1/3. You need to follow my course, follow my instructions, follow my guidance, particularly the guidance which has been given in the webinars, the mock debrief, because the webinars and mock debriefs on the portal are extremely important because they give you the right exam rigor to pass. So AAA is a challenging paper. If you look at my passing rates, it's almost like 50 to 60%. So that's like very, very attractive. When you look at the passing rate of a paper at 34, if 55 to 60% of my student pass in the first attempt, that's quite a phenomenal pass rate. Okay, Lisa Weaver success formula. How can you pass? She is telling you how you can pass. She is your examiner, right? She is the head examiner for AAA. She's telling you something. Can you just read it in 1 minute? What's written on the screen quickly? Just spend 1 minute on it, and I'll interact with you. Okay, so what is she telling? She is saying that as a student, if you want to pass the AAA paper, you need to understand the core components of the syllabus. Are they available on my portal? Syllabus area A, B, C, D, E, F. Do you have 96 hours of lectures on A, B, C, D, E, F? Understand the core components. So will you do this from my portal? Will you do this from my portal? Yes. Number two, candidates who have practiced plenty. Practice plenty, what does that mean? Practice plenty means last 10 years, last 12 years? No. Practice plenty means quality. Quality, not quantity. Yes, any past paper which I have recommended to you in my lectures, whether that is old or new, you have to do it. So if there is any old paper I have done, that is for a purpose. So I have given you a Google Drive, and the Google Drive is already available in the WhatsApp group. I can reshare that after the orientation today. But in the Google Drive, you will see all the past papers from like 2011 perhaps, and going down onwards. So if you want to do any older past paper recommended by the tutor, you will not do an old past paper yourself. You will only do an old past paper where recommended by the tutor, right? That is one definition of practice plenty. Otherwise, no old past papers. What is practice plenty means? In the last 15 days before your exam, what are you doing? Let me show you that. If you just go to the practice platform on screen, can you see the practice platform on your screen, all of you? ACCA practice platform, if you're familiar with the interface. Can you all see that on your screen? Okay. In the last 15 days before exams, what does practice plenty means? During the course from now till the 15th of Feb, you are doing all past papers recommended by the tutor. But after you've done everything and you're sitting on the 15th of Feb, what will you do up till the day of exam? You open up this advanced audit and assurance, you go to international, you go to ACC official resources, you go to the past exam library, look at the past exam library, how many papers they have on the past exam library. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. 7 recent exams. This is your first priority. 7 recent exams. This is your first priority. They have exams from 2020, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. 7 papers. How many? 7. 7 papers, right? Number one. Number two, look at this. Practice exams valid from September 22. Practice exams valid from September 22 because some changes came in from September 22. So practice exams valid from September 22. Click it, open it. How many practice exams are there? 1, 2. There is a mock exam for December, but that will be deleted. So you should not be worried about the mock exam for December because you will be getting your own mock exam. And then there is a specimen exam here. Specimen September 22 onwards. So leave the mock exam because that will be unavailable in next few days. You will get your own March mock. So leaving that aside, you have practice exam 1, you have practice exam 2, and you have a specimen exam 3. 3, and how many past papers you have above here? 7. So what is the total? 7 plus 3, 10. So a total of 10 papers, right? Here. Then you go down and you say, okay, that is it. So 10 past papers in the last 15 days before exam. Full papers. 1 mock, 11. So 11 past papers in the last 15 days, almost a paper a day. This is sufficient practice. But when you are during the course, you will do every past paper your tutor has recommended. Is that clear to all of you? But at the end of the syllabus, once you've done everything, now you want to practice. Which papers will you practice? 7 recent papers on the practice platform, 3 practice exams, 10, 1 mock exam, 11. So practice plenty means 11. 11 full papers. 11 full papers. How many questions you have in every paper? How many questions you have in every paper? 3. So 11 multiplied by 3. How many questions in total? 33. Right? So is that sufficient practice? Is that a sufficient practice, all of you? Right? And this is beside the one you are doing in my course. So in my course, there could be like 50, 40, 50 questions across my course of like 135 hours. This is additional. So please, there is no need for a kit, right? If any student is thinking about a kit, not at all. Okay, practice plenty. Okay, read around the syllabus. Read around the syllabus. Oh, okay, I'm just coming to the study hub. Godfrey, just give me 1 minute. Read around the syllabus. Is the examiner encouraging to read books? Is the examining team encouraging to read the books here? Yes or no? No, because he says read around. She's not saying read through. Around means, what does around means? Around means summary. So my notes, my lecture notes, my presentations on the portal, plus the articles. Articles are must. That is read around. No books, no books, right? Yes, if you are going into ACCS study hubs and you are studying through the ACCS study hub, that's good. But again, I believe that ACCS study hub is beneficial for a self-study student. If you're already in a course, you're taking a course from a tutor who have like 17 years of experience teaching the AAA paper, uh, you don't need to have uh, emphasize of the ACCS study hub. It's more ideal for a student doing a self-study, right? Because uh, things from ACCS Study Hub, things from Kaplan, things from BPP, I'm watching them all, and I'm trying to put them into my portal where needed. So probably no need for going into ACCS Study Hub for March 24 exams, because even till June 24, Kaplan and BPP is the official publishers for ACCA, right? After that, they will no more be. So for March and June, you're safe, right? Just read the technical articles written by the examining team, and my notes would be sufficient. Sensible exam techniques. Where will you learn the sensible exam techniques, all of you? Will that be in my course? Sensible exam techniques, how to do a paper, how to write an answer, how to approach a question. Will that be in my course? Definitely. In my webinars. You know there are like 46 hours of webinars and mock debrief. That is part of it. 46 hours of webinars and mock debrief. So is the Lisa Weaver success formula already on the portal? Do you need to start looking into the portal? Do you need to start your journey to complete it? Right? Do you need to start the journey on the portal now to complete the success formula of Lisa Weaver? Right? So please ensure you do it. Okay, top reasons for failing in AAA paper. I'll do a separate session on that once you are done with the syllabus, because you will better understand the top reasons for failing in the AAA paper. But just to sum up them, poor time management. A lot of techniques have been put on my portal when you look at the webinars and mock debriefs about time management, reading and planning time, and writing time. So you will learn a lot of them from my webinars and from my mock debrief. So we can explore this more in the last 15 days before exam, why students fail, so we can overcome that. Not reading the requirement carefully, I have addressed this plenty of time on my portal, because every time I do a question with you, I do this, reading the requirement carefully. So the problem with the student is not. You will learn this from my exercises. Not linking the answer to the case. So every time you watch my answer, it is linked to the case. Not linking is a problem. Weak in financial reporting knowledge. We covered that at the beginning of the orientation today, that if any student has given SBR 1 year ago, have I given you solutions for that? Tell me. Have I given you solutions how to overcome this weak side? Syllabus area D and syllabus area E. You need to be strong in your accounting knowledge to pass the AAA paper. So I hope this orientation will set the roadmap, will set the guidance, will set the goals for you to follow for your March 24 exams as well as for your June 24 exams. I hope you got to know the paper, the syllabus, how things interact together, the importance of the accounting knowledge, from where will you get the accounting knowledge from, and more importantly, I hope you must have got to know how to implement the success formula of your examiner in terms of gaining success in your upcoming exams. I hope you get the timelines, when to submit assignments, when to do the mock exam, when there is a mock debrief. If anything is left unattended in this orientation, you still have an access to the WhatsApp group, right? And you can ask me questions over the WhatsApp group. Now, just before I wind up my session, I just like to show you the Google Drive. Can you see the Google Drive in front of your screen now, all of you? Yes, assignment means any past paper, right? Any past paper you are doing on my portal. If suppose you're watching a lecture, and in a lecture I recommend a past paper, you do and solve and send to me. So any past paper you're doing is an assignment. Okay, if you can see the Google Drive, this is the one you have. So on the Google Drive, you have block 1 articles. So all the articles you need to read for block 1. Block 2 articles, all the articles you need to read for block 2, block 3 articles, block 4 articles. Then you have the past question papers. So all the old past question papers are available here. And these are the question papers which I must have done on the course. So if I'm doing any paper, you can get hold of that paper from here, the past question papers. Suggested answers for guidance, some of them. So I have written some of my answers. You can grab them, but not all, but some. So rest you have to write and send to me for checking. Accounting standard summaries, but again, I've given you clues of accounting standards. The quick revision by Tashwita. There is another financial reporting insights. A lot of links were given to you at the beginning of the session today. Some ethical issues, summaries of ethical issues are given over here. So when you are going over my course and I recommended that read this, read that, the source of finding that is the Google Drive. So you will find that on the Google Drive, right? So if I say read the ethical summary, the ethical summaries are here. When I say read the audit report, the audit report is given at the last, new audit report. When I say read the accounting standard summaries, the accounting standard summaries are here. So every possible stuff you need is in the Google Drive, which is supportive, extra. Okay, that's bringing us to the end of this orientation. I hope you must have benefited from it. Any further questions you have about orientation, it will be on the WhatsApp group. Nafisa, you need to set your own timetable. Firstly, see how many lectures you have in total, and then see how much time you have till the 15th of Feb, and see what average comes per day. If I can just do that quick mathematics for all of you, because that could be another frequently asked question. Okay, if you can just look at that quickly. Okay, we had 28 lectures, and then we had 48 lectures. So 48 plus 28, how much is that, everyone? Quickly. 48 lectures plus 28 lectures. How much is that? 48 plus 28, how much is that? 76 lectures. Okay, 76 lectures. How much time you have from now till 15th of Feb? It's almost like 60 days. 60 days, right? 15th of December today, right? So it's almost like 2 months, 60 days. So divide 76 by 60, Nafisa. So it's almost like 1.5 lecture a day. So even if you do 1 lecture a day, that's pretty fine initially for the first 10 days. Go with 1 lecture a day for the first 10 days and then pace up, then take 2 lectures a day. And if you're a job-based student, then you have to do majority of the lectures on Saturdays and Sundays. So that's not a difficult task, right? 76 lectures in 60 days, quite doable, but you need to make a timetable, all of you, and then stick to it. Okay, so was this orientation beneficial for all of you? Has it given you the right roadmap and track to follow? Has it mitigated your questions and concerns? Right, and further questions, WhatsApp. I'm there available all the time on WhatsApp. You can just connect with me any possible time for any further questions or clarifications, right? Okay, thank you so much for joining in. Wish you all the very best of luck and success for the upcoming exams in March. And I will be sharing the accounting standard links in the WhatsApp group as well as the Google Drive within the next 1 hour. And the orientation recording will be available in the next 1 hour on the portal. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye and Allah Hafiz.